Imagine a quiet evening when your heart feels heavy and the world seems overwhelming. You're seated in your living room, perhaps lost in thought or going through the motions of a mundane routine. Suddenly, you feel a gentle nudge in your spirit, a whisper of something extraordinary about to unfold. The atmosphere shifts, and a thought springs into your mind: God is coming to visit your home tonight. Like this video for God's blessings. It sounds surreal, almost impossible, yet you can't ignore the certainty that settles in your soul. What would you do if the creator of the universe decided to step into your home, into your personal space? You pause, reflecting on what that would mean. Would he find your house in order? Would he find your heart ready to welcome him with open arms? God's visit is not like any other. He doesn't require spotless floors or gourmet meals. He seeks a home where love resides, where peace abides, and where hearts are open to his presence. As you glance around, you notice the imperfections of your surroundings. A stack of dishes in the sink. A pile of laundry waiting to be folded. Yet, you know deep down, God isn't coming for the pristine, it's the authentic he cherishes. The thought of his arrival fills you with both excitement and nervousness. How do you prepare for such a sacred encounter? What do you say to the one who already knows your deepest thoughts and desires? You decide to start with a simple prayer, inviting him wholeheartedly. Lord, this is your home tonight. Come and dwell among us. Bring your peace and light into our hearts. Type 333 to affirm. In that moment of prayer, you sense his love enveloping you. It's as if he's already here, gently reminding you that preparation isn't about perfection, no, it's about surrender. As the hours tick by, you find yourself tidying up not just the physical space but also your heart. You think about relationships you've neglected, the words you wish you hadn't spoken, and the moments you've overlooked. God's visit feels like an opportunity for reconciliation. You take a moment to text a friend you've been avoiding, to forgive a loved one in your heart, and to express gratitude for blessings you've often taken for granted. Night falls, and the air grows still. A sense of anticipation fills your home, not with anxiety but with a quiet peace. You light a candle, a symbolic gesture of your readiness to welcome the light of the world. You imagine God entering your home not as a stern judge, but as a loving father, a caring friend, and a compassionate savior. How would he look at you? Not with condemnation, but with infinite love. You picture him sitting beside you, his presence filling every corner of the room. You sense that he isn't here to inspect your faults but to remind you of your worth, to rekindle your faith, and to restore your hope. The moment feels sacred, and you find yourself speaking to him aloud. Lord, I don't have much to offer, but everything I have is yours. Thank you for loving me, even in my messiness. In the stillness, you hear his voice not audibly but within your spirit. It's a voice that speaks of peace, forgiveness, and renewal. I am here, my child. I have always been here. Tonight, I came to remind you that you are never alone. Tears stream down your face as you realize the magnitude of His love. It's not contingent on your achievements, your cleanliness, or your efforts. It's a love that's simply so unfailing, unwavering, and unconditional. He walks with you through the house, not to point out imperfections but to remind you of the memories that shaped you. He sees the family photos, the worn-out furniture, the marks on the walls that tell stories of life lived fully. Every part of your home reflects your journey, and He embraces it all. He rejoices in your victories and comforts you in your pain. His presence transforms even the most mundane spaces into holy ground. As you sit with Him, He begins to reveal truths about your life. He reminds you of the dreams you've buried, the prayers you've stopped praying, and the promises He's never forgotten. He assures you that no matter how far you've strayed, His arms are always open. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest, He says, and His words breathe new life into your weary soul. You share your fears, your doubts, and your struggles, and He listens with patience and compassion. There's no rush, no pressure, just a gentle exchange of love and understanding. The night deepens, and the weight of His glory becomes tangible. It's not overwhelming but comforting, like a warm blanket on a cold night. You realize this visit isn't about changing your circumstances, it's about changing you. He encourages you to let go of the burdens you've been carrying, the guilt that's been weighing you down, and the fear that's been holding you back. Cast all your cares on me, He says, for I care for you. In that moment, you feel lighter, freer. It's as if chains you didn't even know you were wearing have been broken. His love has a way of doing that, of setting you free. Type 333 to thank God. You begin to see your home, your life, through His eyes. The flaws you once fixated on fade into the background, replaced by a sense of gratitude for His blessings. The clock ticks past midnight, and you realize the night is coming to an end. Yet, His presence lingers, filling your heart with a peace that surpasses all understanding. Before He leaves, He reminds you that His visit isn't confined to one night. I am with you always, to the very end of the age, He says, and His words echo in your heart. You walk Him to the door, not because He's truly leaving but as a symbolic gesture of the transition from this sacred encounter to the ordinary moments of life. As the door closes, you realize that everything has changed. Not because your circumstances have shifted, but because you have been renewed by His love. The next morning, you wake up with a sense of purpose and joy. The visit may be over, but His presence remains. You carry His peace into your day, letting it guide your thoughts, actions, and interactions. Your home feels different, and not because it looks different but because it now holds the memory of a divine encounter. It's a reminder that God is not distant, He is here, always ready to meet you where you are. Type I am also ready. And so, you move forward, not as someone burdened by life's challenges but as someone empowered by His grace. You live each day as if God is visiting your home here because, in truth, He is. He doesn't need a formal invitation, He simply needs a willing heart. And when you welcome Him in, your life becomes a sanctuary of His love and light. The message of His visit lingers. He comes not to condemn but to heal, not to demand but to give, not to take but to bless. His presence transforms, uplifts, and renews. And as you reflect on that sacred night, you are filled with a profound sense of gratitude. God didn't just visit your home, He made it His dwelling place. And that, dear one, is the greatest gift of all. Type Amen.